I'm not an architect. I don't focus too much on that, but I think that in China it is indeed like the most mature language and form of like discourse and practice within the larger field of design. And I think that from within, like the group of people, that are part of it, and different generations that are, like populating that that area, you can really tell how there is a distinctive, I think, approach to or a beginning, like a definition of what design culture that comes from here really means. And particularly, I think that it's very contentious when it comes to big cities like Beijing, which are not so much, which are very saturated, like and overclogged sort of environments. So these micro actions, they can really make a difference. They put a question mark on like what is the ethical dimension of like the professional output, that comes from it. So, and I think this is very much needed here. It's very much needed, not only here, within the practice at large, I guess. And I think that people are definitely engaging it with passion, like, and this thrive and this cultural prowess, like for tradition and for really making it matter, for the context here, because there is an opportunity to make it so. The awareness comes from within its own field, but there is not yet a discourse that is really bridging it a little bit out. And there would be probably, like pages and pages to be written about this that nobody will ever read. But it's also that there are these practices that I find are part of the course of almost like they operate like mending mechanisms, like after decades of like sort of like big, large, like aerial, whatever you want to call it, top-down construction courses, like it's now the matter of like going and filling the spaces and mending, like the snatches, like in the system. They engage with projects that are not, like the sort of iconic kind of flagship projects, like anymore. They are really projects where they can operate and apply their own craft thinking in a way from beginning, from conceptualization to final realization, rather than be left ashore, like midway into the process. So it's also this kind of like control over the design that is coming from the thinking to the making, that I think is another very big element into it. So when you can control the overall kind of like rite of passage, like going from like the idea into the actualization of that idea. And I think that is very important and sort of like new when it comes to this context.